All right. Well, greetings from Gibraltar and Ocean Village. We are just leaving the casino right now because why else would you not start your visit there? And we're going to go explore. First time here in Gibraltar. Looking forward to it. So join us and let's see how this goes. A little bit of water here. Shocking. I really like being in a British area, British speaking, English speaking, because it's really, they always state the obvious. So, in case you didn't know, it's slippery when it's wet. So we're walking this way, one, because there's shade, but also want to kind of point out to you, in this section of this city, province, whatever, there's whales. You do not have to worry about the whales attacking your boat. Instead they're gonna trip you up when it's wet. It's awful. It's awful. But in all seriousness, there's a bunch of restaurants on the side. So if you're looking for a place to just be on the water, get some water, be on the water and get some food, and actually the drinks are a pretty good deal, you come down here. So we're heading to the center. We're going to check out what that's all about, check into the hotel, well, into the apartment for the night, and then go to the cemetery, because who doesn't want to check out a cemetery on their first visit to this place? We appear to have hit a bikers convention. Lucky us. So if you take a left and past the Casa Antonio, which is the House of Antonio Banderas, I believe. And you can see up there the top of the rock. So here we are. I don't really have a first impression. Just taking it in. Just saw a sign about the castle that most of the area where we just came from, where we ate, which I'll actually show that to you in a second, is all reclaimed. If you hang a right before you actually go through the gates, there is a giant food court area. Well, excuse me, it's more than a food court, it's a market. Check this out. So look at this meat right here. Always good to have a slab of meat, or so I've been told. This actually reminds me a lot of the one in Porto that I found, where I had my port wine and my delicious food.
Octopus.
What?
It's an octopus.
Yeah. It's not that big, but it's big enough if you're trying to look for something to cook, if you especially have an apartment for the night. This is cool. Sort of like Malta-ish. Oh, someone's behind us. Oh, wow. This is awesome. Look at that beautiful tree up there. Fish and chips. Oh my God, Aperol Spritz. Now, I got a really quick story to tell you guys. So, I first learned about Gibraltar from Into the Bloom. She did this wonderful travel blog on this area. So here you go there, Dominica. Aperol Spritz. So just like our recent trip to Asilla, it appears they are setting up for something right now. It appears we are setting up, I believe, for Gibraltar National Day. By the way, Gibraltar belongs to its people. More importantly though, look at this building. I love that clock up there. I was going to say is the flag upside down, but never mind. One thing that I've noticed already that I like about this area is they do have public restrooms. I feel like some places I've traveled to over the last year, 2 years, 3 years, you have to pay everywhere you go. And in this case, you do not. So that's something to be like aware of. Another thing, kind of quick to share for people that are traveling over here, while we just take in the view. Getting here transportation-wise, we came in on the ferry via Tarifa, and we were able to slide on to a free bus that took us to Algeciras or something like that. And then for five €1.60. We took we were able to get a bus to go all the way around over here. If you don't take the bus, if, for example, you get to the Algeciras area, however it's pronounced, and you decide that you want to take a cab, I want you to be aware it's expensive. I did a price check on my Bolt app, and for the same distance, it was £60, and on the Uber, it was £30. It was £35. So if you want to save some money, I strongly suggest you suck it up and just take the bus. And look at this. What a beautiful lined street. Wow. I love the energy here. This is cool. More importantly, I just like the trees that are hanging overhead, and there's a nice breeze right now. And I just realized I left my friend behind. We gotta go get her, and then we'll keep going. And while I go find her, let me show you what we had for lunch. Alright, so we're getting a quick bite to eat before we start the tour, start walking around more. Waiting for my bangers and mash and a Jameson burger. So, here at O'Reilly's Irish Pub. Good times. Bangers and mash. Looks very good. Can't wait to eat it. And then here's the Guinness burger. Look at this beauty. So one thing that you'll notice, there is a community post box campaign for dementia like awareness. And what's really cool is on all these post-its, they have these cute little guys right here. So just wanted to bring some awareness because I keep forgetting to. No pun intended. Sorry about that. I'm awful person. So a couple observations that's different being here. My last trip to an English-speaking place was to Nottingham and Leicester. I hope I said that right. I thought it was Leicester, but I'm pretty sure it's Leicester because I have my Leicester City hat on. But people are a lot more mobile here. More mobile. So this is kind of cool. You can keep going this way, or we hang to the left. It's a tough one. God, who are these people? Should I know who they are?
Find out.
Quick side story right here. You see these monkeys? They are not that lovable. They are not that nice. Ridiculous. Or so I've heard. I've heard they're very, very aggressive. So much so I'm afraid to climb up. Is it climb up the stairs? Or hike to the top because they own the top of the rock. Well, as much fun as this is, I think we're going to find where we're staying the night. We'll pick this up in a second. Or two. All right, so we checked into the place and we're now back out in the streets. There's a car about to hit me, but I want to show you something that we just found that's pretty cool, actually. A synagogue. We're on our way to a church because, God forbid I do not get to see a church, but look, right there. So, interesting, quick little story about this building. I know nothing about it at all, but yeah, well, no, I see the cameras now. But the point was, and this is what I was going to say, I was like, wow, they don't have any security cameras here. And then I noticed it, and then that's when I realized we were at the synagogue. So this will take you back down to the main street. There's a couple pubs, including the Aragon Bar that I hear is delicious. More importantly, okay, who cares about Aragon Bar? Let me tell you where to go, okay? Cheers, where everybody knows your name, okay? Okay. All right, so we're gonna, look, it literally is Cheers. I am delighted. It looks like the same font even. Cute little place. Supermarket right there. I actually caught a Kasbah out of the corner of my eye. We're gonna jaywalk because we're cool like that. And we're gonna go up the stairs and see what we got. So across from Cheers, you go up this way and it's El Kasbah, because again, I just can't get away from Morocco. All right, so let's see what they got. They have some paintings, or oh, it's a restaurant. That's cool. More importantly, though, is the stairs. So my friend just pointed out that at the El Kasbah they serve wine, which is very interesting, since, you know, wine is so popular to drink in North Africa. Now, if you go up these stairs and keep going, and you'll see the sign for it, is the Gibraltar Nature Reserve and the Upper Rock. We have to go find the church, because that's more important right now. But if you are a Instagrammer, blogger, whatever you are, this is a nice spot for a picture. Yeah, like this spot right here, poses on the stairs, no one to bother you, and sweet cravings. Now, sort of like that slippery when wet sign right here, for people that just don't know, this is a tree, okay? This is an educational channel sometimes, and again, want to bring your attention, a tree. This does remind me again, I keep using the reference of Porto, I don't know why I do, but it really does. It has, on some of the little side streets that you can venture on near like the top where I think the cathedral is, on some of the side streets down towards the water, it's just like this. And more importantly for my fellow introverts, it is quiet. Yay. Yeah, for National Gibraltar Day. Mm-hmm. They should be patriotic. Oh.
You want to go down those steep stairs?
No, I do not want to go down these steep stairs, but if you're ever upset with someone, go right here. We've cut down to a different side street, but I want to point out something. This is called Hospital Steps. And if you're ever wondering how they got their name, is because when it's wet out, you will be going to the hospital. Yes, I know. It's true. It's true. We were marveling next to Hospital Steps the fact that there were no bodies on the at the end of the stairs, but more importantly, just this, how pretty it is. And no, we're not looking into people's houses, we're just marveling at the architecture. I like the flowers right here, it's pretty. My camera is possessed right now. It's like literally trying to do its own thing, and it wants to look at the flowers. It didn't care what I wanted to look at. There's a lovely little square up here. Are you sure?
Pretty soon.
I hope so. I mean, we have a lot of people that want to see a church right now. And when I say a lot of people, I mean me. That is cute. For people that like to put themselves in the sun. And yeah, actually this is very, very cute. It'd be a nice little reading nook, or if you have a family and want to watch them play. So there has been a theater in this vicinity since I think it was 1826 is what we saw. But what I wanted to marvel at isn't these little things that you can read, by the way, if you're into that, if you're into reading. But I want to show you this building. This building, Governor's Parade, is just lovely. And now we're going to keep going straight because I think I see a church steeple. On a side note, and I'm trying to be as serious as possible on this tour, but sometimes signs just come up and grab my attention. It really hurts my feelings. There is no ball playing right here. I mean, think of all the adults that want to play with soccer balls against this building. Like, truly. We decided to actually follow the shade. The sun, for some reason, has come out today. And that's a good thing and a bad thing. Here's another mailbox with a hat, which camera, you better work for me. Look, it's got a hat. I want to show you before we cut up. We're actually going to go up these stairs over here. There's a church that we spotted. I think it's called Sacred Heart. It's up on the hill over there. But look at these trees. Because what's cool about these trees is clearly these were brought by the British. Because I don't think these are native. They are not good old olive trees. They're beautiful. This whole area is great. And then up here, we have another bike convention. You could go down that way, which we don't want to do. We're going to cross the street, and we're going up the stairs to see if this church is open. We'll see. Right next to this this pub. So this is the Garrison Library. Thank God Nicole can read. Look at the park. So this is part of the library. It is pretty. I want that tree. This looks like a really fun place for a bike. In case you can't tell from the camera angle, it is a slight uphill. We'll work on our calves. I do prefer this to stairs. Just saying. We are coming up on Prince Edward's Road, and there's a painted steps over there. And before we check that out, though, we're gonna check out this church. All right, so we did a turn, walking away from those steps that we'll go back to in a second, but the church is actually right here. It looks like it's undergoing a renovation. So there's the scaffolding for clearly renovation. We're gonna try to come up here on the side and see if we can take a better look. I don't know how these people can tell which Vespa's theirs. All right, up the lime kiln steps. Oh, this sucks. I mean, it did say it was closed on Google Maps in their defense, but I do like seeing that they're actually repairing it. Yeah. I mean, it's something different. All right, so there's your church visit today, kids. Sometimes it just happens this way. So we climbed up a little bit. You can see the flying buttresses, I believe. I was told by Nicole. More importantly, though, if you look to the side over here, you get the view of the water. Oh, yes. And down yonder, there is some cat houses. What a cool spot. Someday this will be restored to its glory. Vespa Lane. We were commenting, it's interesting, like, you get these spots where everything's been redone. And then, of course, being on the water, there's other places that need a heck of a lot of love. But right next to the church, right down the street from it, not even the street, maybe 100 meters, got these steps. The Gibraltar Great Britain steps. Much better than the colored steps they have in Krakow. And there is a cat right there to greet us. And again, see, it goes down this way. And they were getting all ready for the National Day, so this is pretty neat. And I imagine, I know, if you go this way, you get to the upper rock, because you can see...
It says apes on the...
Nicole pointed out that it says apes on the stairs. So if you go this way where you see the arrow, you'll go to the apes. I'll be okay. They scare me. So as we walk down the world's narrowest street, we did notice this shelter here. This is from 1939, so obviously used during World War II. And you can go down here, and there's some other stuff to look at. Come on. And if you look, they clearly just kept building into it. So I imagine during the war, this guy who they found his body right here didn't get inside. Still trying to find my cemetery. So we're gonna cut down because we're too far up on the hill. But I want to show you something. One of the cutest things I have seen to date. I kid you not. I don't know if you can see this little angel that's asleep on the roof. It's out cold. It's a sweet little kitten. And up there is where the monkeys live. Just got down the steps where if it rained we would be in trouble. And We're right next to Inches Hall Theater, and over here is a little treat, I think. We'll see. Passing the Southport gates right now, and I think we have to go over there. Oh, it is right here. You are so right. Here is the cemetery, folks. So this is every place I visit, if you've seen this channel before, you know this is what we do. We were reading about this cemetery, and really there's only 2 people that actually fought in the Battle of Trafalgar. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Probably the most important naval battle during the Napoleonic Wars, if I remember right, because that's when the British destroyed the French fleet. I think. Could be wrong. Someone put it in the comments, let me know. History major here, but it's been a while. And no, I didn't research beforehand. And this person fell victim to the epidemic fever. Wow. The cemetery has an interesting vibe to it just because it looks like it's a park. And it looks like also how they built it, because the water runs down. They had to put in like these beds so that the graves wouldn't be constantly washed out. This reminds me, in Liverpool, near the cathedral, not the Catholic one, the one I actually got to, they had these nearby. And these are of the tombstones that were removed from the barracks in 1932, and they were placed on the wall. I like this right here for this guy. A truly good man. We were supposed to go through a park, and instead we ended up at the naval base with no sidewalk, crazy, wonderful drivers, but we had a landmark to go to. All the way over here. The torch. The torch of Agamemnon, I believe, or something. I was just informed that's not what it is. Ridiculous, I know. No imagination. You can see up here the stairs of death, where people walk up to fight off the monkeys. Or you can take the, what's it called? The cable car and watch the monkeys do their work. And then over here is the sky bridge thingy. There's, I guess, St. Michael's Cave. I think people go there to pray. I'm not sure. I'm so excited we made it to the torch. It's right here. Check out this in all of its glory. And no one is here to bother me filming it. What a delight. What a delight. Totally missing out, let me tell you. We're trying to see if it's doable to walk to the point. Not sure if that's going to happen. Well, we found this restaurant right here called the Little Trucker. If we hadn't eaten earlier, we might be ready for that right now. But instead, we're in this industrial complex in this heart of Gibraltar that no one has ever seen. Anyone has seen. And I keep saying that there must be a cut around, but I think my man... Oh God, no. I'll show you guys. Look, we just made the turn right here, okay? Do you see a way out of this? Absolutely not. We went the wrong way. And this is all because I didn't want to go up there to play with the monkeys. Well, 20 minutes later, we are now back in front of the Ragged Staff gates and the view up there of the proverbial grassy knoll. But here is your cue, folks, if you ever visit Gibraltar. You see this right here? It says tourist sites. Don't go that way near the torch that I was searching. Go that way, okay? It'll take you back to things that you might actually want to see. Although I kind of liked where we went. All right, we are going through this entrance that leads us probably nowhere to a Manchester United supporter thing. And let me tell you, you know what? I don't know how I feel about this. Because you know what? I support these guys. The Foxes. That's right, the Foxes. And look, they do have England's greatest beer, the Peroni, according to my nephew Stephen. It's very interesting. They have cannons everywhere here, but none of them work.
Unlike ours in Tangier. Ours work.
Do they work? So there you heard it here first, folks. The ones in Tangier, you ever visit Tangier?
Some of them, not all.
Some of the cannons, select ones. And we're cutting up and over. There is a luscious cafe that is calling our name. So this windy stretch that we just came out of from the Manchester United area, this is actually known as Lover's Lane, which is fitting because it says humps for 40 meters. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. It's a bad joke, but I do what I can.
Mini Musk.
I know. So this is still Lover's Lane. And I do apologize for all the bad jokes today, people. The problem is that I am in school mode. And when I'm in school mode, the jokes just keep going and going and going. This is what happens when you teach 6th graders. You just can't turn it off. And we're going this way. Right past Lover's Lane is the Cathedral of the Holy Trinity here in Gibraltar. So I think maybe we can get in here. Redemption 101. So this is what I'm dealing with. Everything's locked here. Very locked. Very sad. Okay guys, that's 0 for 2 today. 0 for 2. If you're keeping track at home. I am. Oh, I hear an organ. All right. Someone knows the other way. First of all, here's our buddy. And we're going inside. The door is open. Well done. Well done. You even have music. So let's take a look. It's beautiful. There's no charger coming in here. Take a look at this. Beautiful cathedral. Show you the ceiling. In the background, you can hear the Catholic church bells. And right now, they're doing some, I think, renovations on the side. It's beautiful. The music also helps. Little side chapel right here. Another one right here for a reverend. I love the writing. His faith never faltered. His charity was unbounded. His love never failed. It's beautiful. What a nice place. All right, so that's a score. That's one win for the day. So we've just left that beautiful church, and then look what I go by right here, this monkey. Look at what this monkey's doing. What kind of message is that for the children? I don't get it. It's still a cool place, but really different types of energy here. Oh my God. Nicole just pointed out my reason for living. Over here, we have hit the mother jackpot. St. Mary's Church is right over here. Let's check this out. Oh my goodness. And I was about to say goodbye. This is what happens.
Adios.
Adios.
Bye. Bye.
So we're on the main street again, in case you couldn't figure that one out, folks. You know what, the one thing we have not seen here that would make this a better place And maybe they do have it here, but usually I used to have really good luck where we'd find wedding dress shops. Haven't seen those yet. Is this Mr. Boone?
Looks a little bit.
Is that Daniel Boone? It is not Daniel Boone, for people who are wondering. It's pretty though. So this is kind of interesting. You have to actually cross the street next to the winery to get a good view of this church that we will now go into now. So let's check this out. Different people that are at rest in the crypt. But more importantly, I want to show you this. And then for my Polish viewers, if you look really carefully, there's Our Lady of Częstochowa. That's right. The Black Madonna. And even more so, look right here. There's a little message to General Sikorski, Prime Minister, Commander-in-Chief of the Polish forces in the Second World War. And he lost his life in an air crash at North Front on 4th of July, 1943. And he lay in state in this cathedral. Wow. So there's a Polish connection for my Polish viewers. If I remember right, there's actually a memorial as well down on the point. So if you walk to the chapel next door to it, here's a little place that has a much more uplifting type of feeling than you'd expect when you're in a Catholic church, in my opinion. And then when you walk out, you'll note right here, here's the cathedral office. Huh. And then we're back out onto the Main Street area. But look at this tile. How about that tile, folks? Glory to the tile. Well, we're right back to it. Cruising the strip. Not doing much shopping though, but we're about to go to a cafe that is crying for some attention. Maybe. All right, so we're ending our journey for right now at the piece of cake. So let me show you what we got. We got this beauty right here. Yum, yum, yum. This guy right here. And I don't want to paw this, so I'll just show you. Some people will be jealous of this one right here. This is a red velvet brownie, so eat your heart out. So with that, we are going to enjoy this. I hope you guys enjoyed the walk around that we had, and I'll catch you real soon. All right, see you soon. Peace.